A couple of years ago I played through the original Outlast all in one long overnight session, and ever since then I've been looking forward to a sequel, so here we go. I think what makes Outlast and Outlast 2 such good horror games is that they don't rely on jump scares to frighten you. Sure, there's a few of them, but for the most part the fear here comes from that constant sense of tension. What makes this game scary is that it never lets you feel comfortable, whether it's the disturbing imagery of torture, rape, satanic rituals, or even child mutilation. It's definitely one not for the kids, and probably not for a lot of adults too. It makes Resident Evil 7 feel like an episode of Coach Trip. This time around, the game mainly takes place outdoors, a place you really don't want to be because outside you never know which direction an attack is going to come from. Plus it's a lot easier to get lost and disorientated, especially when you're running around with a bunch of guys chasing you in a cornfield. Personally, I've always found outdoor settings a lot scarier than an indoor one, like for example being cooped up in a mental asylum. There's something about the sounds of nature, the open space, the moonlight that really lends itself to being a creepy environment for you to try and sneak around in. You never know what you're going to come across, even the AI is unpredictable. You can't tell who's dangerous and who's not.
Nod is his prophet, and Nod will ransom us from the power of the grave. Nod will redeem us from death, for even redemption cannot be hid from the split eye.
The game doesn't really add any new mechanics from the original, which I think is a good thing, because sometimes simplicity is best. So once again, there's no combat, it's just you, your night vision camera, a handful of batteries, and maybe a few bandages if you're lucky. This means that you're always vulnerable, and that's the key to making you afraid of each and every encounter. It's about using stealth, but I find that rather than trying to sneak through every area unnoticed, it's more about getting as close to an exit as possible before thinking, fuck it, let's make a run for it. Then it becomes a nerve-wracking edge-of-your-seat dash as the music builds up and the sounds of angry villagers echo behind you. It's got a Resident Evil 4 feel to it, but rather than shooting or knifing the enemy, it's about making a break for the exit, running, jumping, locking doors behind you, and crawling your way to safety. Hopefully not running into any dead enemies. Oh crap! Oh, okay, let's talk about this bitch. She acts as one of the 3 or 4 nemesis-like characters of the game, hunting you down throughout the story. And with a pretty much one-hit kill, get ready for a rough time whenever she turns up. And it always ends with you seemingly only ever just making it by the very skin of your teeth.
I don't know what the fuck your god wants from me, lady.
I really think that Red Barrels, the developers of the game, impressed me with how much they've stepped up their production value. I think the game looks great, especially when looking back and comparing it to the original, which looks pretty dated now. And I like how they thought about even little things like, for example, the collectibles, where rather than just seeing them all in a bog standard menu, you view them as stored videos and pictures saved onto your camera, meaning that going through them doesn't break the immersion. And as I've always said many times before, immersion is one of the most important things in a video game, especially in a horror game. Outlast 2 was a game that had a lot to live up to. Many people crown the original as the return of true survival horror, so undoubtedly there's going to be a lot of interest in what will come next. While I don't think that this one is as groundbreaking as the original, it still provides one hell of an experience. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and as always, thanks for watching.
God doesn't love you. Not like I do.